Welcome to IPOPlatform.com, an investment banking arm and investor relation arm of Chittorgarh.com, the leading IPO portal. In our investor series, we communicate with the promoters of upcoming IPOs to understand the business for the benefit of our investors. I am Priyanka Jain from IPOPlatform.com, and today we will understand about the business of Workmates Go to Cloud Solution Limited, coming up with its initial public offer on BSE SME platform. We have with us Mr. Kamalnath, one of the promoters of Workmates. I welcome you to the knowledge sharing platform of IPOPlatform.com by Chittorgarh. We would first of all like to congratulate you on the DRHP approval of Workmates. So welcome, Mr. Kamalnath.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyanka. Thanks for inviting me in this platform. Happy to talk to you.
Yes. So let's start. First of all, Kamalnath ji, I would like to understand from you, how and when was Workmates Go to Cloud started, and how has the company evolved since its inception in 2018?
Yeah, Workmates was founded in 2018, technically speaking, and we started our business in 2019. So Workmates was born at the backdrop of cloud adoption in India market. Since we were founded in 2018, over the last 6+ years, we have continuously grown in terms of revenue, profitability, the number of technical resources, what we have, and of course, the count of the projects which we have implemented, as well as our count of customers. As we speak, we have implemented 750 plus projects with 350 plus customers. We are a 107 crore company as of financial year 2024-25 end. And in the whole process, the highlight of our growth, at the center point of our growth in the last 6+ years, has been our technical competency and skill sets which we have developed in our company, which has been the cornerstone of our success in partnership with, of course, with AWS, which is the #1 cloud services company globally. We have worked very closely with them. They have helped us a lot, and we have emerged at the premier level partner of AWS, which is recognized globally, this level of partnership. And I'm also happy to share with all of you that we have been given the Consulting Partner of the Year award, Consulting Partner of the Year 2025 award in the last AWS Partner Meet, among hundreds and few hundreds of AWS partners, and among very large names, industry names. So we're very happy to share with you. So the company was initially founded by few colleagues of mine with whom I had the privilege of working in my earlier stint in HCL Technologies and SIFI Technologies. So we have the history of working with each other. While they started the company, I joined little later after serving my stint at the CEO of SIFI Technologies over more than 12 years. And prior to that, I was the India sales head for HCL Technologies. And our mission now, with me coming in, is to establish Workmates based on the strong foundation which we have laid for ourselves as a trusted cloud digital services and AI partner for our clients, not only in India, but globally. So with this history of our last 6+ year journey, we stand at the doorstep of our IPO process, and the whole objective is to raise fund for our future growth and transformation. Yes.
Okay. So for the benefit of our investors, we would like to understand the business model of Workmates and what are the key revenue drivers for us. And in the DRHP, we have gone through that the services includes assessment and migration services. Then we are into cyber security and AI and analytics. So what is the revenue contribution, if you can specify, from each category of the services offered?
I mean, before I give you the revenue contribution of each of these services, let me touch upon what we do for our customers. And of course, it is mentioned in our DRHP. We fundamentally help adoption of cloud, for our customers, and help our customers in best utilization of cloud technology for growing their digital businesses, for either starting their digital businesses and subsequently growing their businesses. So in the process, we do cloud assessment and migration, application modernization, managed services, cyber security services, and now AI and analytics services. So if I look at a very high level, I will give you two views, and for our investors, two views of our revenue mix. So number one, if I look from an one-time revenue profile and annuity revenue profile, 20% of our revenue is one-time revenue, and 80% of our annuity are more or less 80% of the revenue are annuity revenues. So we have a good stream of multi-year contracts with our clients, and some of these are open-ended contracts. That means there is no end to the contract, be it 3 years or 5 years. Generally, annuity contracts are 3 years and 5 years. But in our business, as long as the customer is running their digital business, they continue to use cloud. If I look from another angle, we will see a different view of our business. So 80% of our business currently are annuity infrastructure services, and 20% are consulting-led and transformation and managed services. So while 80% is infrastructure, 20% is our core services. And as I mentioned earlier, in the 100% revenue, 20% is again annuity, and 20% is one time, and 80% is annuity revenue. So it gives a very robust growth model for our company, which is a good mix of infrastructure services as well as the other core transformation and managed services and modernization services. And approximately currently 5 to 6% of our revenue comes from the cyber security and AI-led services, and I expect that to grow in the coming years with more adoption of AI led by Gen AI, and of course growing concerns around cyber security services and the need for mitigating cyber attacks. So more and more customers are building their digital model. They'll be paranoid about protecting them, and we are fully ready from our skill set and competency perspective to not only to support our existing customers but for new customers also.
Okay, thank you for taking us through the business model, Mr. Kamalnath. So I would suggest, like, if we can take any case study that would help us to better understand this model, the annuity model, amongst our investors, and if you can touch base on our clients also.
Yeah, so from a client mix perspective, we have a diverse industry vertical presence. Our largest vertical is IT-enabled services, followed by financial services, followed by manufacturing, e-commerce, media, and others, including other verticals, including healthcare, public sector, utilities. So whole lot of other verticals. So in that way, we are present. We are not dependent on specific industry vertical. We are quite nicely spread across multiple verticals to which each of our 350 customers, 350 plus customers belong to. So before I go into the specifics of some project, I also want to share with all our investors is the fact that we can engage with our portfolio across the various stages of cloud adoption by our customer. So, for example, a customer called, it's an NBFC customer called Annapurna Finance. So, with this customer, we had started our engagement with just one application which was supposed to be migrated to cloud. So, we started with that engagement, and then when they got confidence on us, they migrated all of their applications from, or I will rather say most of their applications from data center to cloud. And in the process, we have not only helped them to migrate it, but we are also managing their infrastructure for the past multiple years. We have also helped them to secure their cloud infrastructure from both internal and external threats. And very recently, the client is also engaged with us for creating a security operations center, which is remote security management, alongside the other infrastructure management, and the client has entrusted to us. So an association we started with migration of one application to cloud, managing it, has amalgamated into almost all the applications which they can be moved to cloud. We have partnered with them to move them to cloud and to manage them, adding to the annuity part of the revenue, both on the infrastructure side and on the services side, and complemented by the recent security operations center project which we have got from them. Now, in the process, we have also modernized some of their applications to better work on cloud. So if you really analyze this whole case study, we have done right from assessment to modernization to migration to management, both on the infrastructure side and on the security side. The client has partnered with us. So this is a classic example, and this similar form factors are there in a whole lot of other customers, be it small, be it large, or be it medium size. Our entry can happen through just a simple migration project. Our entry can happen post migration, where we manage the customer's infrastructure. Our entry can happen with a simple GenAI project, which the customer is undertaking, and then expand to, and once we implement this, expand to the core cloud services, right? So we call it, landing zone. Landing zone can be migration, landing zone can be modernization, landing zone can be managed services. But once we establish credibility with the client tends to, partner with us, keeping in mind our expertise in all these services. So it is a long answer to a short question, but unfortunately, I don't have a short answer for this. And we can cite several examples of such instances in all of the verticals what you see here. Which you will see in our DRHP, which we have implemented. K-Fintech is another very important, in fact, the largest customer for us. There also we started with a very small project, and in fact, the project was, I think, some 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs of project, but today they are almost a 15 crore plus annuity revenue customer for us. It is again an example of land and expand.
Yes, so in a gist, we can say that we are offering a mixed bag of services to one particular client also, correct? So we have a diversified sources of revenue.
See, our next phase of growth, will be driven by not only new customer acquisition in almost all the verticals, but also selling more or implementing more for our existing customers. So that is a very important building block in our next phase of growth.
Got it, sir. Thank you. Thank you for this. Now, again, we have seen that Workmates is expanding globally also, and we can see a global footprint coming up. So, can you please brief about this development of Workmates, and when can we expect these revenues, these global revenues coming in our financials?
So while Workmates has established itself, significantly in India, at the same time, the headroom for growth in India is very high. At the same time, the headroom for a company of our size today in the global market is also very, very high. So with that objective in mind, and with the very fact that the premier level partnership, what we enjoy with AWS, is globally recognized. In any country, we can walk in with that, partnership, which is based on the kind of competencies and skill sets what we have. So with this confidence, we have opened our first office in Singapore few quarters back. We are in active conversation with customers in UK, Middle East, as well as US. So our strategy is to acquire our first anchor customer in each of the geographies with the help of the partner community, and then establish our physical presence in all those locations. And the good part is, because of our remote infrastructure management capability and the delivery centers, 3 delivery centers what we have in Kolkata, Bhubaneswar, and Hyderabad, today we are in a position to implement global projects right from India without the need for frequent travel. But yes, once we onboard our anchor customer in each of these geographies, we are going to establish our client interaction office, or we can call it a sales office, and customer facing team will operate out from these offices. So in each of these three major geographies which I mentioned.
Got it, sir. Thank you for sharing this information. Now, what is the market size of the cloud computing industry that we belong to this sector globally and in India? What is the market size, and how much can we capture in the coming years, both in the domestic as well as globally?
So the cloud market globally, as well it is in India, it is growing. As far as the global market is concerned, it is expected to grow at 21.2% CAGR from now till 2030. India is growing at a little faster rate because of the lower base. India is expected to grow at 26.5%. So that means statistically, we are talking about, from a number perspective, we are talking about a global $2.26 trillion market, and in India, approximately around 76 billion market. So for a company of our size now, the headroom for growth is massive, right? And one of the interesting facts which I want to bring attention, particularly from an India market, context, is we are all following what is happening in the data center market in India, and the kind of investments, the kind of projects, and particularly the AI data center which are being built in India or will be built, and every day we see new announcements, in newspaper or in internet. So we expect 60 to 65% of these new data centers to be used by the cloud service providers and the AI cloud service providers, okay, or AI tech companies. Now, just imagine with this kind of infrastructure being built and the kind of adoption which will be happening, cloud adoption which will be happening in the market. What kind of skills and in what volume will be required, to support our customers' cloud adoption, digital adoption, and AI adoption journey. So as a company, we are very bullish that based on the competency foundation which we have built, based on the kind of experience which we have gained with 350 plus customers, we are in a very good position to take advantage of this tailwind, which is favoring not only us but similar players like us. So I'm not able to quote a number now, how much will we acquire from a market share perspective, but I can tell you, that even if we even if we have a minuscule percentage of the market share, we will grow, multifold as a company.
Got it. Now in the DRHP, we can see that there's a robust growth in the revenues for November 2024, I mean till November 24 financials as are disclosed in DRHP, and the profitability margins also seem to be strong. But we would like to know more, and if you can throw some light on the FY25 numbers and the Q1, the first quarter of financial year 2026 that would be published in the RHP. So if you can throw some light on those financials.
So, we exited FY 24-25 at 107 crore approximately. We hope to exit FY 25-26 at around 150 crore. And we are already in, 12.5 crore of monthly run rate revenue. We hope to enter FY 26, 27 with around 15 crore of monthly run rate revenue, meaning which, our entry revenue for next year should be around 180 crores. Okay, so this is the picture what I can give you right now. From exit of this year, which is 25-26, it's approximately 150 crore and plus. And Q1 FY26, we will enter at 15 crore of MRR, meaning which at a minimum level, even if you don't add any business, which is absolutely irrational and unlikely, we should be a 45 crore revenue company in Q1 of FY26, even without doing any additional business.
Okay, thank you for this. Now, though we have understood that you are offering a diversified, we have diversified revenue sources, but if for the benefit of our investors, if they want to know that what would be, what is that kind of service that would give our next lever of growth, just one service if you would like to mention, so what can be that service? Though we can understand from the business model that you're offering a mixed bag, but still if one service, if you would say, what would it be?
I think, okay, I don't have a short answer for this, and you will understand why I don't have a short answer for our investors.
Just if you can explain us, I mean, give us some 2 or 3 points.
Correct. So the high growth, cloud adoption, cloud being adopted at the rate what we discussed, right? We expect the transformation services which are going to be built on cloud to be one of the prime growth drivers. And what are those transformation services? One of the leading transformation services will be the AI services, because all these cloud adoption, every enterprise, every company would expect more and more services and efficiencies to be built on cloud. So, I mean, the kind of digital businesses in which AI need to be embedded, which we did not see that way in the past, okay, which we are going to definitely see in future. And with that, AI getting embedded into most of the services, most of the digital services, the security threat is going to be equally high. So we see our future growth to be led by security and AI-led engagement models with our customers, engagement flavors with our customers, with the growth in the base cloud and which is the foundation layer, and along with that the associated services layer. So that is what I'm saying. We don't have a single lever. There will be multiple levers. Some will grow faster because from a percentage standpoint, because these businesses are smaller today.
Got it. Thank you so much. Also, one of the things we noticed in the financials in DRHP is that that largely the company is debt free, but it has recently taken a small debt that we understand it would be repaid from our IPO proceeds. So if you can brief about that, what was the utilization of the debt, and just a brief highlight on this.
We are a asset light company, and we had a debt, and we have built our first company owned office in Kolkata, so that 8 crore of debt, we want to square it off with the IPO, part of the IPO money which we'll receive, because we predominantly want to be a debt free company, and rest of the monies, and a significant portion of the IPO money we'll also use for our working capital. As you know, we are a bootstrapped company till now, and we are getting into more and more complicated projects, bigger projects. So the capital, working capital requirement of the company is already growing, and it is expected to continually grow. And in a lot of these projects are becoming outcome oriented projects. That means we get paid only when we deliver certain outcomes for the client. So this is where we will square off that loan of 8 crore which was taken for office space out of this IPO, part of the IPO money which we received, and around 30 crore for working capital over the next 2 years.
Thank you. So, Mr. Kamalnath, thank you for sharing all these financial and the operational aspects of the business. Now, I would like to understand what are the key challenges and risk in this industry, in the cloud computing industry that we are operating in, if you can mention.
Yeah, see, we are in we are tech industry, right? And you know what is happening in the tech industry. So there are so much of technology shifts which are happening in every quarter, right? We read about new technologies in the public domain, right? So technology, change is one of the major market risks. And our specific to our industry is very skill based. That means there is a high dependency on skilled manpower, and regulatory risk is also there. For example, of course, that is not applicable for us that much, but for our customers, wherein certain regulations may prevent our customers from adopting cloud in a certain way. I'm just giving an example. There can be financial risk also, and there can be some bit of concentration risk, because as I've shared with you, more than 60-65% of our revenue is in IT, ITS, and financial services sector, right? So market risk, operational risk, regulatory risk, financial risk, and concentration risk. These are the various risks which are there. So, but yes, we have a strategy. We have a thought process in how we have to mitigate each of these. And the good part is we have got a a partner called AWS, which is essential to our to our growth, to almost everything what we do. And they continue to be the number one company in that sector, and they are investing in future, right? So, and we are building competencies in companies, competencies around AWS platform, and also we are adding more complementary partnerships in and around AWS, like Commvault, like Red Hat, like MongoDB, many security partnerships. So that while our business will be dependent on AWS significantly, but we have also other growth, partner-led growth strategies. I missed that point, in your earlier question. So each of the partnerships around Red Hat, MongoDB, Commvault, and many more security partnerships, these will be our areas of growth as well as mitigation strategy.
Sure. So all the risk, the internal risk are all highlighted in the DRHP, so investors can further go in detail in the DRHP. Now, Mr. Kamalnath, if you can highlight on the experiences of the key management that we have in our company.
I think, I consider this, the team, the leadership team, which we have, as one of the biggest assets of the company, apart from the other associates, other mates, we call them mates, all our employees. So, so if I have to start with myself, I have spent 35 years plus in the IT, communication, digital, cloud, and now in the AI industry. Okay. I have worked with organizations for 30 years. I worked in two organizations, in HCL Technologies for 18 years and SIFI Technologies as a CEO for 12 plus years. My colleague, co-founders and colleague, Basanta, who is the managing director of the company, he was with me in SIFI Technologies. He has spent almost 20 years in the communication, cloud, internet industry, okay, in the managed services industry. Debashish, who is our co-founder and CFO, he's a chartered accountant by profession. He has also mostly worked on the business side. So he's our CFO, very experienced hand, and he has helped us to remain financially disciplined and will continue to do so in future also as we grow. Anirban Dasgupta, he's a co-founder and Chief of Strategy and Growth. Anirban had worked with me both in HCL Technologies as well as in SIFI. We have worked with each other for almost 22 to 25 years. Aninder Sen, he is a security expert, so he heavily lifts our cyber security portfolio. And Arunabo, a young technocrat, he's our CTO. He was also my colleague in SIFI Technologies, and he has worked, in other similar companies like Rapid Air. He has worked before coming to joining us, all of us in Workmates. So we are adding more leadership, So recently we have hired one person from Microsoft for leading our SME business sales. We are hiring professionals from larger enterprises who had the experience of delivering, successful projects for a large enterprise, not only SME but large enterprise. So we are building our team apart from the leadership team what we have.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we have Mr. Mayur from BRLM side. So I would like to ask if we can highlight about the IPO objectives of Workmates.
Yeah, thank you, Priyanka. Thank you, Priyanka, for inviting us on the call. See, we have filed the DRHP with the BSE exchange, which has got approval few days back only. So we are planning to launch a IPO in the coming month of November. So object is basically as Kamal Das said, the loan repayment, which has been taken in last year only, which will be of about 8 crores, 8 or 8.2 crores. And second is the working capital requirement of the company, which is around 29.5 to 30 crores. And rest will be 15% of the proceeds for the OFS also of the existing shareholder. 15% is the OFS amount among the existing shareholder. And there will be an anchor portion, HNI portion, QIB portion, which will be finalized in the coming week. We'll be sharing the dates in the next week after the approval of the RHP by the exchange.
Thank you, Mr. Mayur. So we congratulate both of you, Mr. Kamalnath and Mr. Mayur, for the DRHP approval of Workmates. And we wish you all the luck for the successful IPO. And I would like to thank you, Mr. Kamalnath, for taking out time to discuss and let the investors understand about the business model of Workmates and taking us to the journey of Workmates. I hope this information would assist the investors in understanding its business and the IPO objectives for fundraise. So just in a gist, Yeah, thank you. Just in a gist, Workmates Go to Cloud IPO is soon to be launched on BSE SME platform with Horizon Management as the merchant bankers for Workmates. IPOPlatform.com is glad to be part of this IPO journey as knowledge partners. Thank you so much, and thank you for your time.